Hey! Hi! How you doing? This is the Gamertron and welcome back to the Gamertron show. So, I love Halo, but Halo doesn't love the PC, and I only play on PC. You can't get any of the recent Halo games on PC, unfortunately. You can get Halo 1 and 2 on PC, but not on any digital storefront, and they're not really convenient to obtain. So, I also love real-time strategy games, but there's a real drought in AAA real-time strategy games. AAA developers and publishers just aren't developing and publishing them as much anymore. Real-time strategy, RTS video games have become sort of a rare breed genre in gaming. So imagine my absolute delight after playing Halo Wars 2, a new Halo game released on PC and a new AAA quality RTS, one of my favorite video game and sci-fi series, combined with one of my favorite video game genres, a match made in heaven. So, yeah, I've recently played Halo Wars 2, and it has been an absolute delight being able to play a brand new Halo game and a brand new RTS. And even though Halo is mostly known as a first-person shooter, it surprisingly works incredibly well as a real-time strategy game with its lore, characters, and environments. The story of Halo Wars 2 takes place 28 years after the events of the first Halo Wars, which also finally saw a release on PC recently alongside Halo Wars 2. The Halo Wars story follows UNSC Captain Cutter and his crew as they discover a mysterious brand new Forerunner installation where they are promptly ambushed by a brand new enemy faction, the Banished, a splinter faction of the Covenant led by the brutal and intimidating brute Atriox. The single-player campaign for Halo Wars 2 is excellent. While I would have loved some more story development, more character development, because the characters in Halo Wars 2 are genuinely interesting and I wanted to learn more about them. I wanted to hear more conversations with them. I just wanted more of these characters. I wanted more character development. I wanted more screen time for them. Because what is presented in Halo Wars 2 for Captain Cutter, his crew, the Spartan team, Red Team, and the villain Atriox, they have such excellent introductions and small little moments here and there that I just wish there was more story, more character development. What's there is decent, but it's just begging and it has so much potential for more. Besides that, it is a solid single-player RTS campaign, throwing you into some challenging scenarios, a variety of very unique scenarios that are certainly challenging and fun, and the single-player campaign boasts some of the most beautiful CG cutscenes I have ever seen. The cutscenes in Halo Wars 2 are award-winning. They are so damn good. They are so damn well made. It's awe-inspiring and it just gets you pumped up. It gets you pumped up for the story and the real-time strategy action that follows. Speaking of the real-time strategy action, let's talk about the gameplay. And there isn't really too much to be said on the gameplay because Halo Wars 2 is a very simplistic real-time strategy game. And I'm okay with that. It is a remarkably simple real-time strategy game. You build a base, you build an army, and you send that army to go mess up the enemy army and base. There is no complex resource gathering system, no complex multi-mechanical different factions. You have just two factions, the UNSC, aka the humans, the Marines, and the Banished, aka the Covenant, the aliens. And while both factions play differently, they're not so jarringly completely different as in other real-time strategy games as of late, like say Total War Warhammer, Grey Goo, something of that nature where the different factions can play just so remarkably different from one another. But you see, the strength of Halo Wars 2's simple real-time strategy gameplay is that even though it's simple, it's really well polished, really well made. Very responsive and fluid to control. Building your base, commanding your units is fluid, smooth, and hassle-free. Where the actual challenge, where the actual tactics come in, is what units you choose to build your army with, whether or not you decide to build outposts outside of your main base, and how you engage and attempt to outmaneuver your opponent. Now, Halo Wars 2 does have one very unique feature to its RTS gameplay, and that's different leader characters. Before the start of every match, you get to pick from one one of multiple hero characters. Those heroes serve as your announcer and advisor, notifying you of what's going on in the battlefield. They also provide very specific, unique units, depending on which hero you pick, and most vitally, the different hero powers. These different hero powers really can change the course of the game. Even though you can play as the UNSC in the Banished, which hero you pick for the UNSC or the Banished will give you different advantages and disadvantages. And I do like that, and it adds quite a bit of replayability, even though you have only 2 factions, although those are 2 really well-made factions. Get more into detail about that in a sec. But playing and trying out all the different heroes with their unique units and their unique abilities, and trying to master them and use them effectively, again, it adds some great variety and great replayability. Now, what I've been waiting to get into for this whole video, the actual units of your playable factions. Now, this is a Halo game. This is without a doubt a pure 100% Halo game. Even though it's not a first-person shooter, it embraces everything that is Halo, through the designs of its characters and buildings, down to the simply hilarious and incredibly lore-heavy and lore-friendly dialogue from the different units. Halo Wars 2 just looks, feels, and breathes Halo. And I can't tell you how much of a joy it was to play as these different factions, the UNSC and the Banished, the Marines and the Aliens. I just can't describe how much fun it is to hear the Marines and the Warthogs and all the other special human units and vehicles and their dialogue and how it just sounds and feels like Halo. Same thing goes with the Banished, who I love. Even though they're not exactly the Covenant, they're a splinter group of the Covenant, they still have all my favorite alien races and enemies from the other Halo games, brought to life and recreated here in the style of the Banished faction. I really enjoy the Banished faction. I love the units, I love the vehicles, I love the unique spin on the classic Halo Covenant design. I'm used to the Covenant being all regal, elegant, majestic. The Banished are far more brutal, far more savage, scrappy, and rugged. And again, for an RTS, this has a great diversity of different units to pick from, really allowing you to build and customize your army. There's several different strategies for building your army and how you want to tackle your enemy. Do you want to strictly focus on a combination of anti-infantry, anti-vehicle? But what if your opponent takes anti-air? You gotta build some anti-air, but what anti-air vehicles and units do you build? There's a really intriguing, really engaging kind of rock, paper, scissors to the different units, and trying to find a balance of anti-infantry, anti-vehicle, and anti-air in order to best counter the enemy army and eventually attack and destroy their base. I really got not much else to say. It's a classic, very simple, real-time strategy game, and I have been so hungry, dying for a classic real-time strategy game where you build a base, you build an army, you get into a big effing battle, and you blow up the enemy base. I have also been dying to play a brand new Halo game on PC, and Halo Wars 2 is the best of 2 worlds for me. I am so happy to have played Halo Wars 2. I'm so happy to have played a new Halo game, a new real-time strategy game. It really does feel like a match made in heaven. It's simple, straight to the point fun. Also, from a visual standpoint, it's a very good-looking game with decent textures, a fantastic, very good-looking color palette and lighting, with some flashy explosions, lasers, and special effects to boot. I'm really happy to have played Halo Wars 2. I'm really happy to have gotten a chance to play Halo Wars 2. It's just a simple, fun, real-time strategy game, and I've been dying to play a simple, fun, real-time strategy game. So this was heaven for me. This was a blast. And having it be a Halo game to boot? Aw man, I'm not gonna lie. I really like Halo Wars 2. Is it and will it be one of my favorite video games of all time? No, not really. I don't think I'd put it up there as one of my favorites, but I cannot deny that I really enjoy it. I really like it. It's a really good game. I'm really happy to have played it, and I'm going to keep playing it. So yeah, that's been a video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did like the video in any way, shape, or form, please be sure to hit the like button. Hitting the like button helps you, helps me, helps everybody involved with the video. If you hit the like button, please let me know in the comments down below. What are your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on this video and on Halo Wars 2? Let me know your thoughts, feelings, and opinions in the comment section down below. I love reading comments. I get nearly enough comments. Please leave a comment. If you want to help out and support this video, then please share it on social media, Twitter and Facebook. And if you want to help out and support me directly, well, there's always Patreon. Anyways, guys, that's been a video, and I'll see you all later.